Today is May 18th, 2019, and this is Rambo Vallisneria that is adapted for growing in very hard water. It was in my Lake Tanganyika multi-tank, the 30-gallon, and what I'm doing is planting it outside today. I'm in northern New Jersey, and what I've done is I cleaned the tank, and this is mulm, and I siphoned out the water that I changed out of the tank, and I've got some clean water here. Now what I'm going to do is I have a piece of a 55-gallon drum over here that holds about 5 or 6 gallons, and in there is some onyx sand and some Carib Sea African cichlid soil, that substrate that I sieved very fine, and it's got some turface or something similar to that, and I don't know if there's any other stuff, but that is also mineralized soil. There's 3 cups that I put in. You can see it here. I haven't mixed it yet. So what I'm going to do is fill this up and leave it here. How deep is it? Oh, good question. I'm going to say that that's probably about 8 inches deep. Well, you could find out. It's a 55-gallon drum, and whatever it takes to hold about 6 gallons, that's it. So that's my goal. I'm going to plant this. Now, the full sun that it's going to see is way too strong. It'll kill the plants. That's what happened over here. So what I intend to do is put shade cloth on top of the 55-gallon drum piece, and then also a wire screen to keep the raccoons out, because they'll love to get in there and mess it all up. So anyway, what I have here are some jars. This contained Utricularia gibba, and I was trying to grow it outside because I'd love to see it flower. I had it out last year in my trays containing the carnivorous plants, but it didn't adapt. I had it over the winter, and I brought it outside, and it just got bleached. This one here had Utricularia graminifolia. That also has died. And then this was hornwort, believe it or not. Is that focused? Even that didn't even make the transition, just the bright sun. I did stick it under. You can see that's a picnic table, and those are the benches. So I stuck it under here for a couple days, and obviously I didn't wait long enough. So I do intend to put shade cloth on the top of that drum piece, because I really don't want to kill this Rambo Val. I don't have too much. And that is the project that I'm working on. Don't think I have much else to say that's connected with this. All right. So here's the Rambo Val. I've separated it. I got 13 pieces. So that's what I'm going to plant. I've mixed up the mulm. I mixed up the mulm, that's right, in with the mineralized soil. And that's what it looks like. Starting to get a little sunny. I should say shady. So now my dilemma, I guess what I'm going to do is put some water in there. Maybe I'll put a cap, a slight cap on the top of this. Definitely not going to have fish in here, but maybe I will put a little layer, maybe a half-inch layer of some more sand, same as the sand that doesn't have any mineralized soil mixed in with it. Okay, so here we go. So here, I don't know if you can see this. I have another 55-gallon tank that I've cut off, and that one's submerged in the ground. All of these plants survived over the winter, but you can see I have 6-inch square mesh concrete reinforcing wire. They are my tomato cages. I just opened one up and laid it across the top because the deer are getting in there and they are eating, and so this will keep the deer out. Right here is the Lobelia cardinalis, there with the shadow right there, and then there's another right over here. Well, let me point to it this way. That's got a reddish leaf, and this is kind of greenish. They made it through the winter. They were there all winter long. I didn't drop them down in the level. I just left them like that. There's some Eleocharis that I dug up from the local pond. It's blooming. You can see, or maybe you can't see, but it is. And then this is a Typha minima, little tiny cattail. And I have another one over in this here. But that the deer can get to. They haven't come back, but they did clip it off in the early part of the season. So that's it for these tanks. These are my carnivorous plants in here, and my garlic behind it. I have a couple more. You can see them blooming there. There comes the flowers. But they're just, what are they? Actually, some of them are unknown plants. I bought them from Saracenia Northwest last year, or the year before, and they were unlabeled rhizomes cuttings, and they are now blooming. I don't know what they are, the variety, the cultivar, but they're still nice. So I siphoned the water in. It's very cloudy. You can see here what I did is I stuck the 5-gallon bucket on top of another, and then I siphoned it in. I put it inside of this milk jug and tried to slow it down, but I definitely stirred it up. So I'm going to plant the valves in there, and then I'll fill it up and cover it with the shade. Alright, so it's all filled up. You can see how cloudy it is. It's all brown, but I planted them all in there. I had to just remember where I put them, and now I'm going to put the shade cloth on. So I took 4 layers of 15% transmission. No, it's 85% transmission, 15% shading, shade cloth, or you could call it a floating row cover, spun bonded. There it is. That's it with 4 layers. I know the tank that these plants were in just has one single T8 lamp on a 36-inch long tank, and it's an old one, so it does not have a lot of light at all. And now what I'm going to do is put the screen on the top, and so that's the screen, and I will weight it down with some stones, or I'll bend it over the edge, and that'll be my raccoon protection. And I guess I'm going to leave that shaded. I'll probably take a peek on Monday, but I'll leave it shaded. And now I got to watch for rain, because I put in Seachem cichlid lake salts and the Tanganyika buffer, and actually that was water right out of the tank, plus some clean and new water. So I am going to keep this hard so that the Rambo Val stays short, and we'll see how it works. That's it.